of our doubleheader as the Loretto boys will take on the Eagles of Summertown. AJ Good joined once again here by Adam Lindsay. Taking a look at both sides, Loretto coming in at 15-7 overall, 3-1 within the district. Their head coach is Greg Tips for Summertown, 10-12 overall, 2-2 within the district. Their head coach is Wes Long. Last time these two met up a couple weeks ago over at the barn, it came down to the wire with Loretto pulling out a 68-64 win. And Adam, we were treated to an instant classic the last time these two hooked up, and we saw a reversal of fortune in the girls' game with Loretto coming out on top of Summertown. I know the Summertown boys want a reversal of fortune this time around.
Yeah, they do. They had a really good game. I think Summertown's defense, to me, over the last few weeks is what has really improved a ton. They're putting a lot more pressure on the ball. They're a lot more active. Tonight, they're going to have to get out to Loretto shooters. Loretto shoots the ball very well. They move the basketball well. If you're Loretto, I think you've got to really put a high emphasis, as most teams do coming in here, of limiting Grayson Burleson and his points and his touches. You know, Summertown's got a lot of talent around Burleson, but they're young. I would be curious to see if, make somebody else beat you, and see if they can. But it should be a really, really good game. I think it should be up and down. I think both of these teams like to get up and down the floor. So it should be an exciting game, no matter what, BJ.
Speaking of young, Loretto young as well, all freshmen and sophomores on this team, coming off a pretty impressive win on the road at Lauderdale County there on Tuesday. And a team that Greg Tips says, Adam, has just continued to impress them, has continued to grow really with each and every game.
Yeah, and they've worked hard, and Coach Tibbs does a great job, developing the young guys. And, they've got a great freshman group that's come up. I think that 8th grade bunch had, I believe they won the middle school state tournament before moving up. So he's got a lot of talent down there, and he does a great job with developing. The future is bright for both of these programs. I will definitely say that.
As we take a look here at the starting lineups here for both sides, starting first with Loretto, you have Corbin Reynolds, Jackson Robertson, Mason Tidwell, Hayden Butcham, and Kaysen Bowie. On the other side for the Eagles, you'll have Weston Pigg, Cole Campbell, Jackson Bennett, Grayson Burleson, and Kirk Burleson. And Adam, when you take a look at both sides, for each side, starting first with Loretto, what are the keys to the game here for tonight?
Like I said, I think Loretta's got to really put an emphasis on Grayson Burleson and make somebody else beat them. I think that would help them a ton to really make him have to go against multiple defenders, put a lot of pressure on him. Summertown's got to shoot the basketball well and look for open shooters. I think if they do emphasize defense on Burleson, you've got to look for open shooters, and those young guys have got to step up and make plays, and Summertown's got to keep playing the level of defense they've been playing over the last few weeks, because if you don't, this Loretto team's definitely good enough to beat you, and you're going to have to put defensive pressure on them to slow them down.
The lights are out here as they're introducing the Summertown starting lineup. A packed house here. I don't see any space really at all, Adam, for anyone to standing room only, as they say.
Yeah, and the band, of course, it's not even here tonight. They've opened it up for a student section, so it's packed up. It's what you want to see with a Loretto Summertown basketball game for sure on a Friday night. It doesn't get much better.
No, the first game was intense and a lot of fun, and expecting the same here for the boys. The Bowie against Burleson to start this one off. It's Eagle and Mustang basketball here on the X Sports Network. Coming up with it is Burleson wins a tip. Cole Campbell will now walk it across the timeline over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson guarded here by Buttram. Now over to Bennett. Now over to Campbell. It's like a matchup zone here as they get it into Pigg. Pigg now kicks out to Campbell. He'll try a three off the corner iron. No. This one is tipped off in the hands of Pigg and will go to the Mustangs.
If you remember, AJ, Campbell with that big three at the buzzer to beat Lewis County just a few days ago.
That was huge.
It was.
When you're talking about playoff seeding coming up here in just 2.5 weeks, that's a big shot. Corbin Reynolds with it now. He'll step up for three. Off the back iron, no. Rebound, Grayson Burleson. Now he races the other way. Guarded here closely by Robertson. He tries to go behind the back, just one too many times, and Robertson comes up with the steal. Racing the other way, and his shot blocked by Weston Pig. Kurt Burleson comes up with it. Now hands over to Cole Campbell.
Pig's ability to get off the floor and quickness and how he can get up is unbelievable for him. You wouldn't think it out of him, but man, he can get up.
I forget about it most of the time. Oh. He can really sky in the air. Grayson on the low block in the paint. Tough shot up and in. So Burleson gets on the board. It's a 2-0 Eagle lead. Reynolds gets to play, walking across the timeline. Loretto in the black uniform, Summertown in the white uniforms. Robertson with it. He'll drive. Tough shot up and gets it in. Tied up at 2, a pair of tough shots in the lane. All knotted up at 2, a minute and a half in the game. Campbell now over to Pig. Now to Bennett. Bennett over to Campbell. Bounce pass over to Bennett. Now to Pig. In the paint here to Burleson. Quick jumper. High, no good, and Reynolds unfortunately couldn't control it and dribbled it out of bounds.
Good call by that official. It barely did nick the line, but it did. Reynolds working hard to try to keep it. He just couldn't get it under control.
Each side here with the turnover. 6:16 remaining in the first. Campbell taking out the right of the basket. Gets it in to Kurt Burleson. In the paint, runner up, blocked by Bowie, who comes down with it. Now quickly ahead to Tidwell. Tidwell racing the other way. He'll drive. Shot blocked out of bounds by Kurt Burleson, but we get a foul here called, and Tidwell will go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to go on Cole Campbell. That's his first, team's first. Pair of free throws coming up from Mason Tidwell. First shot on its way, and doesn't get the friendly bounce. Next free throw from Tidwell. That one rattles out as well as Burleson comes up with the rebound. Free throws haven't been an issue for this Loretto team for the majority of the season. Grayson Burleson with it, facing the press. Now gets it back out the Pig, and now we're going to have a 10-second call here against Summertown. That seemed really quick.
It did, but Summertown not showing any urgency right there. They've got to get the ball up the court and attack and look for open men.
Yeah, who's to say they would have gotten across in 10 seconds?
True.
Tidwell over to Buttram, now over to Robertson. Now down low to Tidwell. That one's off the glass and in. Tidwell with his first points of the game. Loretto leads it 4-2. Burleson now over to Campbell. Campbell racing the other way. In the paint to Pig. Pig shot blocked out of bounds by Bowie. His second block of the night.
Summertown's got to use a pump fake. They've got to get somebody up into the air and then go and draw fouls. You keep going straight up against these defenders, you're going to get it blocked.
Campbell's passing the Pig. Pig dribbling wide open here at the top of the key. Will now set up the play. And gets it into Burleson. Guarded by Robertson. Now double teamed by Bowie. Fadeaway jumper. Off the back iron. No. Rebound Buttram. Now over to Reynolds, Reynolds. He'll drive and then dribble it back out. Loretto can be methodical at times, trying to find the right shot. Plenty of good shooters on the court. Robertson with it. Guarded here by Burleson. Behind the back pass here to Reynolds. His drive. Shot up. No. Rebound Burleson. Grayson racing the other way over to Pig in transition. Picks up his dribble. Skip pass over to Bennett. Swings over to Campbell. Now back to Bennett. Bennett over to Pig. Thought about a 3. Dribbles in. Back out to Grayson Burleson. Long pass over to Bennett. Now back to Grayson. Over to Pig here at the left wing. As they set up the play over to Bennett. Now to Campbell. Campbell bounce pass over to Pig. Now over to Bennett. Now in the Burleson in the corner. He dribbles out. Long pass to Campbell. He'll try a 3 from the wing. Knocks it down.
Big shot there by Campbell. Nice job by Summertown moving the basketball and looking for an open shot there. Didn't force anything.
Eagles lead at 5-4. 4:10 remaining in the first. Reynolds across the timeline. Guarded here by Burleson. Now to Robertson in the corner. He'll try a 3. Off the back iron. No. Rebound out to Grayson. Grayson racing the other way. Spins, trips, but gets it out to Campbell. Campbell now to Pig. Pig drives, kicks out to Bennett. Bennett will drive the baseline. Over to Pig. Out to Burleson. Straight away for 3. Back iron, no. And fight for the rebound won by Bowie. Now he's tied up, and we get a jump ball, and that will stay with Summertown.
I actually thought Bowie might have actually walked before he was tied up there. Summertown's done a much better job the last few possessions moving the basketball, looking for good shots. That's not a bad shot by Grayson there up top. He had a good look.
Jaden Aaron now checks in for Buttram. Campbell, skip pass into Burleson straight away. He's guarded closely here by Robertson. And then gets that one stolen away by Robertson. Good defense by Jackson as Reynolds now comes the other way. He has an open lane to Payton, now kicks out to Robertson. And he was wide open. Now back to Reynolds. Reynolds now will dribble out of traffic, has it here at the Eagle logo. Now over to Aaron. Aaron dribbles over to Bowie straight away. He's guarded closely by Pig. And thought about Robertson, who's open in the paint. Now Bowie dribbles, gets it out to Tidwell. Tidwell now over to Robertson. Robertson will try a three. Back on, no. Fight for the rebound. And that one will stay with Loretto as Aaron came down with it, then Pig knocked it out of bounds.
Thought there could have very easily been a foul call there on Pig. Luckily for Summertown, it wasn't. Summertown's got to clear the boards if they're going to have a chance tonight, because defensively they've done a good job. They just can't give Loretto second chances.
Tidwell shot blocked out of bounds by Bolison and almost saved there by Campbell. You have Leighton Sherman now in the game for Jackson Bennett. Hayden Buttram checked in for Jackson Robertson. 2:53 remaining in the first. Summertown leading at 5-4. Bowie bounce pass in the Buttram out to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Tidwell near the corner, back to Reynolds. He's got a lot of space as he dribbles it back out here at the Eagle logo. Reynolds now dribbling to the right wing. Picks up his dribble, throws it down low to Bowie. Bowie powers his way up, and we get a travel call. Each side now with 3 turnovers.
Summertown's done their homework and learned from the first game. They're sagging off some of the players, letting them take looks. Not that they can't make those shots, but sometimes you'd rather have certain people shooting than others. I know Tid will hurt them a lot down there at Loretto.
Burleson on the low block. That shot's blocked by Bowie, his third. Tidwell now coming the other way over to Reynolds. Reynolds across the timeline. You're right, Adam. I was about to point that out. As you can tell, they're kind of sagging off certain players, but really tight on Bowie and Tidwell. As Bowie throws it down low to Tidwell on the low block. This shot is up, and he is fouled here by Campbell.
And I believe that will be his second, if I'm not mistaken. And, of course,
it will be.
With the denial, on the perimeter by Campbell, Loretto's made the adjustment of putting Bowie down into the post where he does have a size advantage on Campbell, so he's able to take advantage of it, and that's caused Cole to get 2 fouls.
Robertson here will check in for Bowie as Tidwell hits the first as we're tied up at 5. Free throw from Tidwell on its way. He hits them both. He's got 4 points. Loretto retakes the lead at 6-5. Under 2 minutes left here in the first. Burleson with it. Now over to Campbell. Campbell back to Burleson. Now across the timeline to Kurt Burleson. Now back to Campbell. Campbell picks up his dribble. Behind the back pass here to Burleson. His jumper's no good. And it's knocked in the hands of Robertson. Robertson racing the other way. And we're going to get a carry call against Robertson. It's the 4th turnover against the Mustangs. Bennett now check back in the game. Checking out will be Cole Campbell. And Adam, he more than likely probably sit out here for the rest of the first half.
Yeah.
Bennett now over to Pig. Inside to Burleson. Now Grayson coming the other way. Double team coming. Skip pass out to Pig. Over to Bennett. Now to Sherman. Sherman will try 3 from the corner. Rattles out. No. Offensive rebound. Kurt Burleson. Up in and he's fouled.
Burleson worked so hard down low. He's going to be big for Summertown tonight. They're going to have some threes. Summertown's going to shoot the basketball, so he's got to work hard for those second chance points. And that was a great play by him to give Summertown a 7-6 lead.
Buttram picks up his first foul, the team's first, and Bowie will check in for him. And one from Burleson. He hits it. He's got 3 points. 8-6 is a Summertown lead with a minute 20 left here in the first. Reynolds now will walk it across the timeline for the Mustangs. Gets a screen here from Aaron. Picks up his dribble. Throws it to Tidwell. Tidwell over to Bowie near the corner. Now back out to Tidwell. And loses control of it. Fight for the loose ball. We have a jump ball, and that will stay with Loretto.
Tidwell did slide across the floor, but the thing about it is he never had control of the ball, so it's really not a travel. The ball was actually still moving, so good call, no call there by the officials actually.
Bowie with it now to the right of the basket to Aaron. Over to Reynolds straight away, throws it in the paint to Bowie. Bowie shot up and in. Grayson gets on the board for the first time tonight. We're tied up at 8. Big with it, inside to Kurt Burleson. Now over to Bennett at the left wing. Back out to Grayson straight away. 45 seconds left here in the quarter. Pass over to Layden Sherman. Now to Burleson, over to Jackson Bennett. Bennett now to Burleson, swings over to Layden Sherman. Now to Kurt Burleson, he'll try a jumper. Back iron, no, and went off one of the guide wires. Now coming the other way is Robertson, over to Aaron, hands over to Reynolds. 25 seconds left, and looks like Loretto's going to play for the final shot. Tied up at 8 here in the first. Tidwell to Reynolds, over to Aaron. Now back to Reynolds, 15 seconds left. Now over to Tidwell. To Jackson Robertson on the baseline. Tough angle shot here off the side of the backboard. Rebound Pig now to Kurt Burleson to Grayson. 5 seconds left. Grayson racing the other way. Step back three. Rattles out, no. And that will go out of bounds as time expired. After 8 minutes of play, we're tied up at 8 here between Loretto and Summertown. We'll take a short break at the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
Back here at the Nets, we get ready to start the second quarter here. Got my wires all tight. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, we'll get it there. Summertown with the ball here to start the second quarter. Corbin Reynolds here gets caught for the kickball. Will stay with the Eagles. Bennett here will take it out to the left of the timeline and gets it in the Weston Pig. Pig calls out the play here. Tries to get to Kurt Burleson and does. He'll try a jumper and misses everything. Tidwell comes up with the rebound. Coming the other way is Reynolds. Reynolds back to Tidwell. Tidwell picks up his shot and Buttram over to Robertson. And then Robertson's going to get caught for the travel. That's fifth turnover against Loretto, and I think Jackson has 3 of those.
Well, and it's sloppy on both sides right now. Summertown's forcing a lot of unnecessary shots. They've had trouble breaking the press with some turnovers. It's not beautiful basketball either way right now.
Layden Sherman now over to Weston Pig straight away. Now to Jackson Bennett. Bennett into the paint. Kicks out here. Sherman for 3. Off the back iron, no. Rebound Bowie. Bowie now to Reynolds as he comes the other way. Gets it over to Tidwell. Tidwell will try a 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Kurt Burleson. Over to Weston Pig. You know, Adams, you can really tell both teams have made serious adjustments since the last time they played.
They've done their homework. I mean, it's going to be a low-scoring game. They know each other so well.
Grayson Burleson will get fouled here from behind. Looks like that's going to go on Robertson. It's going to be his first, the team's second. Pig will take it out to the right of the basket. Gets it in to Burleson. Kicks out now to Bennett. Bennett now to Sherman. Here to Pig in the corner. He'll try a long shot, misses. And then Burleson will foul Robertson from behind. That's his first, team's third.
And as we mentioned, you know, sagging off Reynolds, you know, and giving up that shot. Loretta's done the same thing with Pig. I mean, they're using that extra defender, forcing him to make a shot, dropping his defender in to help, and it's just difficult.
Will Daniel is now in for Weston Pig. Reynolds now across the timeline, dribbles to his right, kicks out here to Bowie. He'll try a 3, and that missed everything. Then Reynolds is going to come up with the offensive rebound. And so that one was knocked out of bounds here by
Reynolds did a good job of throwing it off of Bennett. I believe it went out of bounds. Nice heads-up play there.
Sawyer Sherman in for Layden Sherman. Jackson Robertson with it straight away over to Tidwell. Tidwell slips, regains his composure. Now over to Robertson. Robertson in the paint. And we get an offensive foul on Robertson. That's going to be his second. It's the team's third. Aaron now will check in for Robertson. 6:20 remaining. We're still tied at 8 here in the second quarter as Greg Tips lets that one official know, and it's been that one official. It's called every turnover and every foul against Jackson. Burleson with it, spins in the paint, picks up his dribble, and then he got called for an offensive foul. And
well, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure about either one of the offensive fouls at all there. The one on the other end with Loretto and that one, I just don't see that. So now Grayson's pick up his second foul. Reynolds now to Tidwell, back to Reynolds. Reynolds inside to a wide open Aaron off the glass. That one rolls in. His first points of the game. It's a 10-8 Loretto lead. Cole Burleson with it. Gets it over to Bennett. Bennett now over to Sawyer Sherman. Hands over to Grayson Burleson. 5:30 left here in the opening half. Burleson bullet pass over to Sherman. Sherman in the paint, kicks out to Bennett. Bennett runner up off the front iron, no. Rebound Butcher. Reynolds with it here for Loretto. And bringing across the timeline. Now over to Tidwell. Tidwell will try a three. Knocks it down. They left him open. Summertown went into a zone and they lost him.
Tidwell with 7. Largest lead for either side of 5. Kurt Burleson drives. Picks up his dribble. And overthrows Sherman. That goes in the front row. 5th turnover against Summertown. As Campbell and Pig will check back in. And checking out will be Daniel and Sherman. Reynolds with it. He'll get across the timeline. 13-8 is the Mustang lead. Tidwell with it now. He'll dribble in the paint. Pull-up jumper. That one's in. Tidwell has got 9. It's a 7-point Loretto lead. Campbell over to Pig. Pig open at the wing. He picks up his dribble and hands over to Burleson, who'll get fouled by Reynolds.
Summertown's done such a good job of keeping Tidwell under wraps, through that first quarter. In 2 straight possessions, they've lost track of him. He's hurt them for 5 quick points.
Reynolds picks up his first, team's 4th. Each side now with 4 team fouls. Bennett now over to Pig. Pig picks up his dribble. Long pass over to Campbell. Now to Burleson in the corner for 3. That misses everything in the hands of Tidwell. Tidwell now races it over to Reynolds, and he'll walk it across the timeline. Over to Butcham. Butcham now out to Reynolds. At the halfway mark here in the second quarter, Butcham will try deep 3. The front iron, no, and Pig skies through everybody, gets a rebound, and gets fouled in the process. That will go on Aaron, his first, team's 5th. 3:56 remaining here in the second quarter. Campbell now walking across the timeline for Summertown. Bounce pass over to Grayson Burleson, now to Bennett. Over to Campbell, now to Bennett. Bennett dribbles to his right, now back to his left at the top of the key here to Campbell. And then we get a 3-second call against Grayson Burleson. Each side now with 6 turnovers.
If I'm not mistaken, AJ, Summertown scoreless this quarter, correct?
They're being outscored 7-0 here in the second. Reynolds now across the timeline. Over to Butcham. Butcham now to Bowie. Inside to Reynolds. And that pass is going to be stolen away. Burleson gets his attempt on the other side, stolen away by Butcham. Butcham out to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Aaron in the corner. Thought about a 3, skip pass to Tidwell. He will try a 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Pig. Out to Grayson Burleson. He'll race the other way. Burleson. His pass bounced out to Kurt. Now to Bennett. Now back to Grayson. Now over to Pig. Pig in the paint. Nice tough shot up and in. Weston Pig with his first points of the game. First points of the quarter for Summertown. They trail 15-10. Butcham with it. Now over to Bowie. Bowie, long pass to Tidwell. Tidwell inside the Reynolds. Now back to Tidwell. He'll try another 3. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Bowie. Now back out to Tidwell, here to Butcham, now to Bowie. Bowie will try a 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, Cole Campbell. 2:30 remaining here in the quarter as Campbell gets it across the timeline. Bounce pass deflected out to Burleson. And the official should have just let him play on. I mean, it took him forever to call it to begin with.
Great move there, previous Summertown's possession, by the way, Weston Pigg attacking. Now, that's what he's got to do. If they're going to sag off, he's got to attack.
Grayson drives, shot up, no, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line here to shoot 2. I believe that's going to go on Bowie, and it will. That's going to be his first team 6. Summertown hit its 1 previous free throw attempt. First shot from Grayson on its way, knocks it down. Robertson back in the game as Bowie will check out. Robertson checking in with his 2 fouls. Free throw from Grayson off the front iron, no. Rebound Aaron. Grayson now with 3 points. It's a 4-point Loretto lead. Tidwell to Reynolds, swings over to Buttram. Buttram skip pass. That one's knocked away, stolen by Cole Campbell. Now it's Burleson, tough shot up and in. A 2-point lead.
Twice that Burleson's last 2 times has gotten great shots. That's what he's able to do, is really get to the basket. And he's got such size, he can finish. Great job by Grayson on the last 2 possessions.
Buttram, his shot just gets deflected in the air, but Robertson comes down with it. Now to Tidwell, has it. Throws it into Robertson in the paint. Robertson fights his way up off the glass, no. And that one's deflected into Cole Campbell. Minute 30 left here in the half, over to Grayson Burleson. Burleson quickly across the timeline, 3 for the lead. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Kurt Burleson. He goes up, shot, doesn't go, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line here to shoot 2.
Quick update, AJ. Second quarter action. Lawrence County at Page. Page boys leading Lawrence County boys 17-11, and that's just at the start of the second quarter.
Foul goes on Tidwell, his first, team 7th. First free throw from Burleson off the back iron, no. It's a big one there for Lawrence County. They're 4-1 in the district, and they can beat Page, one team that beat them. That will put them in the driver's seat. Burleson hits 1 of 2. He's got 4. It's a 1-point lead. Buttram gets it across the timeline. Minute 20 left in the half, and to Robertson. Now to Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles in the paint. Kicks out to Aaron. Now to Buttram. Now to Reynolds straight away. Now into Robertson in the paint. Swings to Aaron in the corner. He'll try a 3. Rattles out, no. And then Robertson with the offensive rebound. And his tough shot is up and in. Robertson's got 4. It's a 3-point Loretto lead. Burleson, under a minute left. Into Kurt Burleson in the paint. Kicks out to Grayson. Grayson, nice pass to Weston Pigg. Reverse layup up and in. Pigg with 4. It's a 1-point Loretto lead once again. 40 seconds left here in the half. Buttram now to Aaron in the corner. Inside to Robertson. Out to Reynolds. Reynolds drives. Runner up. Left-handed. No. Rebound Grayson Burleson. He'll now race the other way. Drives. Tough shot up. No. They say it's on the floor. 1-1 anyways coming up. It's going to go on Buttram, his second. Team's 8. So 1-1 coming up here for Grayson Burleson. Eagles 3 of 5 from the line so far. Will Daniel and Sawyer Sherman set the check in. First shot on its way, and he hits it. Sherman is in for Campbell. Getting him out. Just in case he doesn't want to pick up his third foul. It's free throw from Grayson, and he hits them both. And coming in for him will be Will Daniel. Summertown leads at 18-17. Grayson Burleson now. It was 7 points. Reynolds over to Tidwell, back to Reynolds. Buttram back to Reynolds, over to Tidwell, back to Reynolds. Over to Buttram. He'll drive, kicks out to Reynolds. Now over to Aaron. 5 seconds left in the corner. Reynolds here to Tidwell. Tidwell will try a 3. Off the corner iron, no. It's his rebound shot at the buzzer, no. Rebound Pigg, and that will end the first half. Summertown leads this one 18-17 after the first half of play. Take a short break here. I believe we might have. We got a ring ceremony coming up here at halftime. That will be coming up next on the X Sports Network.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County. providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking.
Individually, each Lady Eagle golfer finished the top 9 individually. Carly Campbell tied for first, Libby Kennett tied for second, and Ella Bucky tied for 9th. Carly recorded the NCAA all-time low individual two-day score of 132, and has the record second lowest individual two-day score of 133 in the past 2 seasons. Lady Eagles won the district and region championship for the 6th consecutive year. Lady Eagles ended the 2022 season with a perfect 57-0 record. Like to announce first 8th grader, Madeline Campbell. Freshman, Ella Busby, Avery Hogan. Sophomores, Isabel McDonald and Chelsea Atkinson. Juniors, Libby Kennett and Carly Campbell. And along senior, Chloe Perkins. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 times in a row, state championship, lady golfer. 5 times in a row, give her a big round of applause. Next team in the honor is the Summertown Lady Eagles volleyball team. Volleyball team finished the season with a record of 45 wins and only 9 losses. The Lady Eagles are district champions, region runner-up, sectional champions. For the 3rd time in the past 4 years, the Lady Eagles volleyball team was crowned the NCAA Division I Class A state champion. Tonight we would like to recognize the team for their hard work, determination, and present them with their state championship ring. Manager, Charlie Kate Atkins. Eighth graders, Jason Burleson, Joseph Burleson, L. Lee Luke Mason, Maddie Gillum, freshman Gabby Long, Audrey Hostetler, Ainsley Pennington, Milligan, and Annalise Kelly. One sophomore, Abigail Shaver, who was also named the All-State team. Juniors, Laura Dillon, Mackenzie Runnell, and Emily Granger. Seniors, Mia Dinwiddie, Gracie Kelly, who was also named the All-State team, and Ainsley Burleson, who was named the All-State team in the NCAA Class A Motivated Player. The assistant coach, Valerie Hudson, and your head coach, was Audrey Kelly. Give a round of applause. The Lady Eagles volleyball squad.
All right, joined here at halftime by girls head coach Jeremy Jean. And Jeremy, you guys got off to a good start, and then it was kind of back and forth there to the 4th quarter. And, just unfortunately there for you guys, is the shots just weren't falling there late.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. Our shots didn't fall in the second half. But that was the game
it got choppy. The first half, we weren't fouling shooters. The game was going up and down. We were feeling good about, passing, cutting, catching, scoring. Second half, we fouled shooters too many times, and the game stopped. And we couldn't get, any momentum going. And when we did, Coach Rhodes called timeout, slow the game back down. So it's something that, Loretto played well, and we played well defensively. We held them 49 points. A lot of those were free throws late. We just shots weren't falling. But when that happens, we got to find a way to put the ball in the hole, offensive rebounds or something.
You talked about with me earlier in the week. You need offensive rebounds and you need big shots, and kind of the difference here tonight.
Oh, it was. I think the first half, a lot of their threes were off second chance points. I'd probably say half of their points the first half was off second chance points. And that's something we've done a better job of since the Lawrence County loss. It's something we got to get back to, starting on Friday.
How do you guys kind of look forward to the rest of the season? Got 4 more games here left in the district, and 4 more opportunities. Like you talk all the time, a good chance for you guys to get better.
It is. It is what it is. Who we play, we just got to come out and compete. I think not having a tougher opponent before this game did hurt us a little bit because we weren't as crisp as we have been. But that's something. That's on me in practice. I only have practice up this week, next week, where we're practicing a little harder and a little try to stay crisp.
As you did, Ainsley came out at a decent second half there and got into double figures. You really did have balanced scoring up and down the lineup tonight.
Yeah, we do most nights. It's just, we couldn't get that three to fall the second half. We couldn't get that bucket to fall to break it open. I thought if we could have got one of those to fall, we'd have been fine. But we defended fine. We just couldn't get a stop when we needed to without fouling.
You got Mount Pleasant coming up next. You got to go there, and it's a gym you guys are familiar with.
It is. Hopefully we'll get our shooting back. Been shooting the ball fine the last couple games. Tonight it didn't happen. But going over there, we played there 4 times last year, so hopefully, the familiarity will help us get some confidence back.
Head Coach Jeremy Jeans, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys again on Tuesday.
Thank you, man.
All right, coming up next, we'll take a short break, and we'll have the start of the second half for the boys' game next here on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
And back here at the Nest, halftime between the Summertown Loretto boys. The Eagles leading the Mustangs 18-17. Taking a look at the first half stats. Mason Tidwell leading all scores for Loretto with 9. Jackson Robertson with 4 and Kason Bowie with 2. Jaden Aaron off the bench with 2 for Summertown. Grayson Burleson leads them with 7. You got Weston Pig, Kurt Burleson each with 4. Cole Campbell with 3. No scoring off the bench. Taking a look at the hustle stats. Summertown has forced 8 Loretto turnovers, 3 points off of those. Loretto's forced 7 Summertown turnovers, 4 points off of those. 2 second chance points off 5 offensive rebounds for Loretto, and 3 second chance points off 2 offensive rebounds for Summertown. And we mentioned it a lot during the game already, Adam, but this one you can tell both sides have done their homework. They know what to expect from each side, and I mean, there's been nothing easy here tonight.
Well, and without going into detail, on players, the offenses are playing 5-on-4.
Yeah.
Okay, it just is what it is right now. I think whoever's going to make the adjustment here in this half with that could very well win this game. If you're Summertown, you've got to be really happy, actually. I mean, they're a high-flying offense that likes to get up down the court. You only got 18 points, but you're leading the game. And, you know, Tidwell, who really hurt them in Loretto, you know, he got open there on back-to-back possessions in the second quarter for 5 quick points. They went into a zone, and they lost him twice. But other than that, you know, they've really held Loretto down offensively. If you're Loretto, you've just got those other shooters have got to get confidence and to continue shooting the basketball. They're getting open looks, but they've just got to keep their confidence, keep working the boards. Loretto's got a height advantage too, so they've got to start using that in their favor.
Loretto will start off with the ball here to start the second half. Update from over at Page. Lawrence County boys trail Page by 8. Only 8 seconds left here in the first half. Buttram now over to Robertson in the corner. Back out to Buttram. Back out to Robertson here in the corner. He'll drive and then dribble back out to Buttram over to Reynolds. Almost like a 5-out with just one post player. That's Bowie. Reynolds now to Buttram. Goes in to Robertson in the paint. Short jumper, no. Rebound, Grayson Burleson. Burleson tries to spin out of traffic, but Bowie knocks it into Campbell's hands. Campbell gets his pass stolen away here by Reynolds. Coming the other way. Reynolds, tough layup up and in. He's on the board for the first time here tonight. Now 6 points off of 8 Summertown turnovers. Loretto leads at 19-18. Pig has it at the top of the key. Sets up the play. Hands over to Campbell. Campbell now to Bennett. Bennett at the top of the key. Over to Burleson. Burleson drives. Goes up, reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound Reynolds. Reynolds, who's had a few rebounds already tonight, gets it across the timeline over to Buttram. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds now over to Buttram. Back to Reynolds. Here to Tidwell. Over to Reynolds. Now to Buttram. Inside to Robertson. He'll drive, loses it, regains possession. Now kicks out to Reynolds. Here it's Tidwell with it. Now picks up his dribble back to Reynolds. Minute and a half here into the third. It's a 1-point Loretto lead. Reynolds pass to Tidwell in the corner. He'll try a three. Back iron, no. And coming up the rebounds, Grayson Burleson. He races quickly the other way. Drives, tough shot, up and in. And Summertown retakes the lead off of the 9th point for Grayson Burleson. I don't know how he makes some of those shots. It's
he's got such a good body control. Loretta's got to be happy, though. They're forcing tough shots. It's just hard to consistently make those shots. I don't care who you are, but if there's anybody that can, it's Grayson. He has great body control.
Reynolds will try a three. Knocks it down. He's got 5, and Loretto retakes the lead at 22-20. For Summertown, it's probably not what you want to see is him hitting those open shots because they were sagging off on them so much.
And that may be one of the adjustments that Loretto made at half. Say, look, if they're going to leave you like that, we have faith in you. You got to have faith in yourself and shoot the basketball.
Robertson's going to pick up the foul. The push foul there on Grayson Burleson. Robertson now with 3 fouls. Jaden Aaron will check back in for him. Campbell will take it out to the left of the basket. And a long pass in the hands of Burleson. Burleson has it at the logo, guarded by Reynolds. Reynolds. Now it's Burleson with it. Drives. Kicks out here to Bennett. Bennett will drive. And will get called for the travel. It's the 9th turnover against Summertown. Leighton Sherman now in the game. Checking out will be Jackson Bennett. Reynolds here will take his time and get it across the timeline. Hands over to Tidwell. Now to Buttram. Buttram back to Tidwell straight away. Picks up his dribble. Now back out to Buttram. Throws it in the Bowie at the free throw line. Back out to Buttram. He'll try a deep three. Back iron, no. Offensive rebound, Aaron. Blocked by Pig. Now coming the other way is Kurt Burleson. Over to Campbell. Campbell guarded by Tidwell. Gets it out to Grayson. Grayson guarded by Reynolds. Fadeaway jumper. Nothing but net. He's in the double figures with 11. We're tied up at 22. Reynolds now will walk it across the timeline here for the Mustangs. Now will drive. Kicks out to Tidwell in the corner. Tidwell now over to Reynolds. Reynolds will drive. Runner up. Can't get it to go. Rebound Cole Campbell. Campbell now over to Burleson. Burleson, step back three. Back iron, no. Fight for the rebound, Weston Pig. Can't get that one to go. Then Sherman comes up with it. Over to Burleson. Left-handed layup up and in. Burleson with 13. Summertown retakes the lead at 24-22. Now we have one of the officials is coming over to talk with the Summertown principal. Looks like something got said here along the way. And he's coming to say something to the Summertown student section.
That's the Loretto student section.
The Loretto student section, I'm sorry. I forget that both sides bring student sections for these rivalry games, and Summertown principal has a quick talk with the students and has a quick talk, it looks like, with the Loretto principal as well. Reynolds now over to Buttram. Now over to Reynolds. Reynolds open for three again. Off the back iron, no. And a rebound comes in the hands of Cole Campbell. They're coming quickly the other way. Grayson Burleson. Sherman in the corner for three. Knocks it down.
They left him open. That's one man they've really covered up tonight, but he can really fill it up if you leave him, and Loretto made a mistake there.
5-point Summertown lead. Bowie with it at the free throw line. He'll try a jumper. He knocks it down. Timeout here called by Greg Tips after Bowie's fourth point. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
And back here at the Nest, Summertown with a great start here to the third quarter. They lead Loretto 27-24. Press pin on by Loretto. Cole Campbell with it. No subs after that timeout. As Campbell now guarded by Tidwell, walking across the timeline. It's a screen from Burleson. He'll drive. Tough shot up, and he'll be fouled. Well, the line here to shoot two.
Campbell made up his mind when he turned the corner there, AJ. He was going to attack. Nice job there drawing the foul.
Kason Bowie picks up his second. That's the team's second. Campbell here at the line. The Eagles were 5 of 7 in the first half. First shot on its way off the side of the iron. No good. Next shot on its way. And he rattles it home. He's got 4 points. Jackson Robertson back in the game. And Kason Bowie will check out. Coming the other way, here is Corbin Reynolds. Let's pass over to Buttram. 4-point Eagle lead. Buttram now over to Reynolds. Reynolds now over to Robertson. Now back to Reynolds. Over to Buttram. Buttram bounce pass here to Tidwell. Races up right in. Layup blocked by Burleson off the backboard. And then Pig comes up with it. Hands over to Burleson. Grayson now coming the other way. Hands over to Sherman. Now to Pig. Pig drives. Right-handed shot up. No. And ball tipped out of bounds by Summertown. Will go to Loretto. 2:34 remaining here in the third. Reynolds now will come the other way. Over to Tidwell. Back to Reynolds straight away to Buttram near the corner. Back to Reynolds. Over to Tidwell. Back to Reynolds. Over to Buttram in the corner again. A double team coming by Summertown. Buttram struggling with him. That one's stolen away by Pig. 9th turnover by the Mustangs. Each side with 9 turnovers in the game. Campbell takes out his time as Westlong. Campbell takes his time as Westlong calls out the play. Burleson with it in the corner. Now to Pig. Hands over to Grayson Burleson. He'll step back for three. Off the back iron, front iron, no. And goes out of bounds to Loretto.
Summertown's done a really good job with their zone, AJ. They basically cut Tidwell off from the side and forced the zone to have to work on one side. And that's tough to do when you're taking a player out of a game, and that's what Summertown's kind of seemed like their intent to do.
And they're forcing other guys to hit shots.
Yep.
Robertson comes up and in. Speaking of, he's got 6. It's a 2-point Eagle lead. Racing over to Cole Campbell. Campbell with it. The Eagle logo dribbles to his right and over to Sherman. Almost went out of bounds. Now to Kurt Burleson. Kurt dribbles out. Has a pig in the lane. And that one's knocked out of bounds by Loretto.
Nice job there stripping that basketball, too. That was going to be a for sure, too. Loretto doing a great job getting their hand in there.
Campbell take it out to the right of the basket. And a bounce pass into Grayson. He'll be fouled by Reynolds. That'll be the second on Corbin Reynolds, the team's third here in the second half, with 1:18 left in the third. Summertown has yet to foul so far here in the second half. Campbell takes out the right of the basket again. Lobs it in for Grayson in the paint. Turnaround jumper. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. That's Kurt Burleson coming up with it. Then he gets called for a travel. Minute 13 left here. Still a 2-point Summertown lead. Reynolds over to Tidwell. Back to Reynolds. Inside to Robertson. Has Aaron on the low block. Aaron and kicks it out to Tidwell. Saves it from going out of bounds. He'll now step back for 3. Knocks it down. And Loretto leads. Tidwell in the double figures with 12. Mustangs with the 29-28 advantage. Campbell coming the other way. 45 seconds left here in the quarter. Pig drives in the paint. Tries to get it to Grayson, and it goes into Reynolds' hands. 11 turnover by the Eagles. Reynolds taking his time. Guarded by Pig over to Tidwell. And he gets it into Robertson. Robertson will drive right-handed shot up. No, but he's fouled. And they go to the line here to shoot 2. And it's Kurt Burleson's first. That's the team's first here in the second half.
Once again, Tidwell finds just a little seam. Nails the big 3. Loretto's doing a really good job attacking to getting to the basket and now getting to the free throw line.
First shot in for Robertson is in. Next shot on its way, off the back iron, no. Rebound Cole Campbell. Mustangs now 3 of 6 from the line. It's a 2-point lead with 20 seconds left in the third. Campbell gets it across the timeline, guarded by Tidwell. Now bounce pass in the Pig. Pig loses that one, but Burleson comes up with it. He'll drive, spin, tough shot up, no. And the rebound comes out to Reynolds. 3 seconds left. Reynolds here to Tidwell. Shot at the buzzer. Off the back iron, no, and that will end the third quarter. Loretto leads at 30-28 after 3 quarters of play. We'll take a short break and have the start of the fourth. We return here on the X Sports Network.
It's the wall-to-wall clearance sale going on right now at Story & Lee Furniture. Save hundreds of dollars off floor samples, one-of-a-kinds, and even as-is items. We are drastically reducing prices to make room for our 2023 inventory coming in. And with our warehouse completely full, we've got a lot of furniture to sell and are slashing prices to do so. With hundreds of items marked at liquidation prices. And get up to 12 months no interest and free delivery too. It's the Story & Lee Furniture wall-to-wall clearance sale.
Back here at the Nest, we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Loretto outscored Summertown 13-10 in the third. They lead this one 30-28. Summertown will start off with the ball here as we start the fourth. Weston Pig will get it in to Cole Campbell. Same lineups really as at the end of the third as we come into this one. Campbell. Bounce pass into Kurt Burleson. Now to Sherman near the corner. Sherman out to Pig. Pig straight away. Now gets it over to Campbell. Campbell drives. Tough shot up. Rolls it in.
Nice move there by Cole.
Tied up at 30. Cole with 6. I thought that one for sure was going to roll out and got the pretty finishing in. It's almost like one of his golf shots. Robertson with it. Now kicks out the Butchum over to Reynolds. Reynolds now to Tidwell. Over to Reynolds. Inside to Robertson. Robertson back out to Reynolds. Reynolds now back over to Tidwell. Gets it inside to Robertson. Turnaround jumper. That one's in. And another Loretto lead. Robertson now with 9. Campbell now walks across the timeline for the Eagles. Gets it over to Pig. Pig. Skip pass over to Campbell. Campbell down low to Burleson. Tough shot up and in, and we're tied once again.
If you're Summertown, those are the shots you want Grayson taking. He has a size and power advantage 90% of his time. Those are high percentage shots they need him taking.
Tied at 32, minute 15 into the fourth. Reynolds picks up his dribble, looking for somebody. And he's just going to try a three. Off the back iron and in. Unbelievable. Now we get a timeout here called by Loretto. Greg Tips will take it here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with him here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at Southeast.
Back here at the Nest, Loretto takes the lead off the second three-pointer hit by Corbin Reynolds. They lead at 35-32 with 6:29 remaining in the game. Good defense here from both sides. Hasn't been an easy shot really for anybody. Cole Campbell with it now. Over to Sherman. Sherman down low to Weston Pigg. Pigg hands over to Burleson. Fadeaway jumper off the back iron. No. Rebound Case and Bowie. And that one's stolen away by Pigg. Now here to Sherman in the corner for three. Knocks it down and we're tied.
They've lost him twice and he's hurt them twice. He can really fill it up.
6 points off from beyond the arc. We're tied at 35. 6 minutes left in the game. Buttram over to Reynolds. Trying to work it down low to Bowie. Then Reynolds will take another three. Almost banked it in. And then Pigg will come up with the rebound. Coming the other way, it's Campbell. Campbell drives the baseline. Tough shot up and in, and Summertown leads. 37-35. Campbell now with 8 points. Reynolds across the timeline, dribbles to his right. He's got an open lane. Right in the layup off the glass and in, and he's fouled. And he's got a chance here at the M1.
Reynolds got a ball screen up top. He goes around it. There's no help. There's no one to pick him up, and he just attacks. That's a great play there by Reynolds. He's had 2 big shots this quarter.
Second foul on Kurt Burleson, the team's second. And then the M1, no. Offensive rebound, Robertson, and he's fouled from behind.
No block out. No block out at all. Loretto does a great job getting inside position, and these are the things, it hurt the girls late in the game too with the block out they had on the shooter. It's things you've got to do if you're going to win.
Robertson here at the line to shoot 2. He's got 9 points on the night. Make it 10. Before that free throw, they were 3 of 7 from the line in this game. Next shot on its way, and he hits them both. He's got 11. Loretto leads at 39-37. Pigg dribbles, and that one's kicked out of bounds by Reynolds. Pigg will take it out here near the corner in between all the Loretto cheerleaders. Gets it into Burleson. Lobs ahead to Campbell. He'll race the other way. Long pass to Sherman. Sherman for 3 in the lead. Off the back iron, offensive rebound. Campbell goes up and he's fouled.
If I'm not mistaken, that should be possibly his 4th, AJ. It's showing 4 on the screen.
I have 3.
Well, and I didn't mention it to you, but earlier in the second quarter, you had 2, and they had 3 on the board, so I'm not sure which is correct. Not sure.
My points are always accurate, but my fouls are a little sketchy. As Aaron will now check him for Bowie. As Campbell hits the first. Next free throw on its way. He hits them both, and we're tied up here at 39. Now West Lawn's going to call a timeout with 5:11 remaining. It's a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Back here at the nest, Summertown and Loretto all tied up here at 39 with 5:11 remaining. Pair of big free throws there for Cole Campbell. He's gone in his double figures with 10. The Eagles are 8 of 11 from the line. Robertson with it now for the Mustangs. Over to Reynolds. Reynolds drives. Goes to the low block. Kicks out the Tidwell. Tidwell now kicks out the Reynolds. He'll try another three. Knocks it down. Loretto leads. He's got 13, and he has hit 3 3-pointers on the night. 49-42 is the Mustang advantage. And he's going to call a carry on Cole Campbell. 12th turnover against Summertown. Reynolds with it here for the Mustangs. He'll get it across the timeline. Over to Buttram. Buttram drives. Goes to a low block. Kicks out the Tidwell. Tidwell drives. Shot up. And he's fouled by Campbell. It's Cole's third. The team's fourth. And a pair of free throws coming up for Mason Tidwell.
And Tidwell's made adjustments too. You know, he's not getting the open looks that he would normally like to have. But to get those open looks, you've got to show that you can get to the rack. And he's starting to do that now. You've got to keep the defense honest.
Tidwell hits the first, and now we're going to have a warning on the Summertown bench. Next free throw from Tidwell. He knocks them both down. He leads all Mustangs with 14. It's a 5-point Loretto lead. Big with it here across the timeline. Hands over to Campbell. Now to Sherman. Sherman here to Pig. Swings over to Campbell. Throws it down low to Grayson. Grayson spins. Tough shot up. In, and he's fouled.
Burleson, if I'm not mistaken, is 3 for his last 3 shots. They're all shots around the basket using his size and his athletic ability. That's one thing he can do really well.
That will go on Aaron. I have his second. Scoreboard adds his first as Burleson knocks down the jumper. Knocks down the free throw. Bennett now in for Sherman. It's a 2-point Loretto lead. Eagles 9 of 12 from the line. Reynolds here guarded by Burleson across the timeline to Buttram. Buttram, he'll drive. Tough shot up. Blocked there by Grayson Burleson coming the other way. Grayson 1-on-4, right-handed layup off the glass and in, and we're tied. Grayson with 20, 44 all as we hit the halfway point of the fourth quarter.
There's not many players that can do that, AJ. I'm sorry. What an athletic to block it on one shot and take it the distance of the full court and blow by everybody in the process.
Reynolds with it. Now over to Robertson. Now to Buttram. Now to Robertson. Excuse me, that's Reynolds. Now to Robertson. Robertson will try a mid-range jumper. Knocks it down. Loretto leads. He's got 13. It's a 46-44 Mustang advantage. Burleson across the timeline, guarded by Robinson. He'll drive. Tough shot up. In, and he's fouled, and we're tied again.
This is how I like to see this young man play. It's an opinion of mine. It doesn't mean I'm right, AJ, but when he is attacking and taking good shots and looking for contact, these are high percentage shots that not many kids can make, but he can.
He misses a free throw, and we're tied here at 46. That was the third foul against Hayden Buttram, the team's 6th. 3:10 remaining, all knotted up here at 46. It's punch, counter punch here in the fourth quarter, Adam.
Yep, Summertown's back into that zone. You've got to be careful not to leave the wrong shooter open here.
Inside the Robertson. Down low to Aaron. Aaron, tough shot up. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Weston Pig. Hands over to Kurt Burleson, now to Grayson. Now to Cole Campbell. Reynolds will come out to guard him. And Campbell gets it across the timeline, picks up his dribble, bounce pass to Pig. Pig, he'll drive. And gets that one knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Jaden Aaron. As Kason Bowie will check back in.
You know, Loretto made the adjustment with Reynolds shooting the ball. I think Summertown, that's a good adjustment. If they're going to leave Pig open, he can attack the basket and he handles the ball well. That's something he needs to look at doing.
Pig over to Burleson, has it here at the wing. We'll step back for 3 in the lead. Front arm, no, and then Campbell will get called for the over and back. That's going to be Cole's 4th, the team's 5th. No press here for Summertown as Bowie will take it out of bounds with 2:31 left. Game tied at 46. Reynolds across the timeline. He's guarded here by Burleson. Now inside to Robertson. Robertson. And that pass was kicked there by Cole Campbell, and they call it. Update from over at Page. Lawrence County trailing Page by 1 here. It looks like they've hit the midway point of the third quarter. Reynolds will take it out in the middle of the Loretto cheerleaders. Lobs this one into Butchum, stolen away by Burleson. Burleson, layup up in, Summertown leads. 48-46 with 2:05 remaining in the game. It's the 11th turnover against Loretto. Robertson in the paint. Goes up, and we get a travel against Robertson.
And he did.
12th turnover here against Loretto.
Well, Summertown did a good job sealing it off, and he decided to hop through and just took too many steps. So
Loretto here will call a timeout, a full timeout. We'll just keep it here. They've got 2 remaining after that, and Adam, there's kind of, honestly, there was kind of like a lull in the building. The girls' game had a lot of intensity, and, the boys' game kind of got off to a slow start, but ever since the halfway point, really, of the third quarter, this game has been very intense, and just like we've said, it's been punch-counter-punch here for both sides.
Well, and Loretto made a great adjustment. Reynolds came out shooting the ball with confidence. It's like what he's got to do. If you've got faith in him, the kid's got to have confidence, and he scored 8 points, I believe, the second half, 2 threes. Where they was one beautiful, I think that's the first time I've seen one here in a long time that actually hit and goes probably 15 feet up into the air and comes back through. But hey,
barely hit the net on the way down.
3 is 3, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you who I've been impressed with over the last quarter to quarter and a half is Grayson Burleson. He's taking this team on his shoulders. He's taking good high-quality shots, but he's still also looking for open men. That's when he's at his best.
Loretto will press. Burleson has it. He also has 24 points on the night. Now over to Cole Campbell. Campbell here guarded by Reynolds. He'll get across the timeline. He'll now drive to the paint. Tough shot up in, and he's fouled!
That's big right there. That's 2 or 3 times this half that Campbell has attacked baseline and drawn fouls for and one possibilities. He's playing at a high level right now, attacking with putting the pedal to the metal, AJ.
And I believe that's going to be the 5th on Bowie.
Yes, sir. I believe you're right.
As now Jaden Aram will come in.
That's a big loss for them, definitely. Great young player, but especially on the boards right now. You really need him for offensive rebounds this late in the game, and that could be a big loss.
Cole Campbell's free throw, nothing but net. He's got 13 points. It's a 5-point Summertown lead, their largest of the game. Reynolds coming the other way. Hand over to Butchum. Butchum picks up his dribble. Trying to get it to Tidwell, and eventually gets it to Aaron. Minute 30 left. Now to Butchum, back over to Reynolds.
They're face guarding Tidwell everywhere he goes. Campbell's on him like hot glue, forcing somebody else to beat him.
Aaron with it in the corner. Now to Robertson. Robertson drives, kicks out to Butchum. Butchum now kicks to Aaron here in the corner. He'll try a 3. Rattles it home. Aaron with 5. It's a 2-point Summertown lead with 1:05 left. Kerr Burleson to Grayson. Grayson spins across the timeline, guarded by Jackson Robertson. Wes Lom finally gets a timeout. Be a full timeout. Summertown with 3 remaining, 58.7 seconds left. And what we haven't really talked a whole lot about here, Adam, is Kason Bowie is the Mustangs' leading scorer. He averages near 20, somewhere with kind of that 15, 20-point range. They held him to 4 points tonight.
Well, I think fouls have had a little bit to do with it. I think he lost some confidence early, on some shots he thought he should have made. I think Summertown's done a really good job defensively. Mm-hmm. Both of these teams have really to be honest.
Yeah. We were in the 60s by this point the last time they played, and one of them just now got to the 50s. So credit both coaching staffs for really kind of knowing who they were having.
Well, and this is when, talent's great to have on a team, AJ. Everybody wants talent, right? Yeah. But this is where coaching, the right coach and the right situation really pays off for a team that can make those adjustments, to help a team improve to keep games close. This is when coaching means so much this time of year.
58.7 seconds remaining. Cole Campbell will get it in the Weston pick.
If you're Loretto here, you don't have to foul or do anything crazy here. You could, but they're going to get a push. Never mind, AJ. Well, and
I don't think he meant to do
No,
that.
he did not. That was not intentional by Reynolds, but he also has to understand you can't run like a locomotive through a solid screen either. So, but hey, it's like me and Clint have always talked about. I love to see the kids play hard, right? Well, you can live with those fouls, but
1-1 coming up for Weston Pig. First shot off the back iron, no. Rebound Tidwell. Might not have been a bad foul right there.
No, it may not have been.
Reynolds with it, trailing by 2. 45 seconds left. Reynolds will drive, pulls up, and then gets it out to Tidwell. Tidwell guarded by Campbell, gets in the paint. Tough shot up, no. And the rebound will come out to Reynolds. Now we get a foul called, and that's going to go on Bennett.
I believe they're going to get Campbell.
Well, it is on Cole, and that's his 5th.
That's his 5th. A highly questionable foul. He did reach in. I just don't know if there was a foul there. But, you know, Loretto doing a great job getting to the loose ball and getting an offensive rebound.
Now Greg Titz is going to call a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. Loretto with just 1 remaining. Update from over at Page. Orange County is taking the lead. They have a 4-point lead heading into the 4th quarter, and this is a big possession here for Loretto. Now you got 2 of the big scores for each side out, fouled out. Case and Bowie for Loretto, Cole Campbell now for Summertown, and 2 guys that can shoot it well, can handle the ball well, and it's, yeah, you know, you pretty much know it's going to be on Tidwell and Grayson Burleson's shoulders from here on out.
Well, and if you're Loretto here, I think you attack the basket. It's a 2-point game. Don't get me wrong. You get an open 3, you can take it. But I think Summertown's going to be guarding that 3-point line. The last thing if you're Summertown here is want to give up the lead, correct? I mean, you don't want them to score at all, but, you know, maybe force someone to the basket, step up, defend. If you're Loretto, attack the basket, maybe get an and 1 draw foul. You never know, but if you're Summertown, you have got to guard the 3-point line here intently.
Aaron gets it into Tidwell. 30 seconds remaining in the game, a 2-point Summertown lead. Robertson. Yeah, Tidwell on the low block, but they can't get it down there. Reynolds now with it. 20 seconds left. Reynolds gets a screen from Tidwell. Now gets it out to Tidwell with 15 seconds left. He'll step back, tries a tough 3. Barely hits the front iron. Cole Burleson the rebound. Grayson Burleson throws that one off the back of the backboard, and he goes up and he gets fouled. A crazy sequence there, and Jackson Robertson will go to the line here with the chance to tie it up with 7 seconds left.
I will say this, though, a great adjustment by Coach Long. He goes straight man to man, and he puts his best defender, Pig, man up on Tidwell, which was great. Tidwell's 3-pointer short. Weston's right in his face, forces the bad shot. Grayson gets the ball under the basket, losing his balance, going out of bounds. You know, it's hard to say in that situation, what do you do? And look in retrospect, you might try to signal for a timeout or at least throw it to the other end of the court. Right. You definitely don't want to throw it back under your own basket.
He was trying to get it down deep. He thought he had someone on the other end, and that pesky backboard just happens to be there sometimes.
And you know, look, the kid, you know, it's an error, but, you know, he was wanting to make a play. Right. If he throws it back in and it goes to Summertown, it's a great play. Yeah. So the kid's just doing what he thought was right. I would have done the same thing.
Robertson here at the line to shoot 2. First one on its way, gets it in. He's got 14 points. Now West Long's going to call another timeout. He's got 1 remaining. This time it's going to be a full timeout, each side with just 1 timeout remaining. So we'll try to freeze Robertson here at the line. There's 7 seconds left.
I think Coach Long is the equivalent of the college football freezing the kicker.
Yeah.
I think. If you're Summertown here, you have got to block out. If you're Loretto, you want to make this free throw. The one thing you cannot do is get a silly, needless foul over the back trying to rebound a missed pass here because you are in the bonus. Summertown will be shooting free throws. I'm correct, AJ, on the foul.
Yeah, each side's in the 1-on-1 bonus.
Yes, so you have got to be extremely intelligent. Not just Loretto, but Summertown both of them here. You've got to be you've got to slide your feet on defense. No dumb reaches with, you know, No dumb fouls. You've got to be smart.
Robertson here to tie it up. Off the back iron, no. Fight for the rebound. Kurt Burleson comes up with it, and then he's going to get fouled here by Corbin Reynolds. So that will send Kurt to the other end. It's the fourth foul on Reynolds. 3.7 seconds remaining, and a 1-and-1 for Kurt Burleson. Now Greg Tips going to call a timeout. It's his final timeout, just a 30-second timeout. Now a big free throw coming up here for Kurt Burleson.
And I really thought the foul there should have been called on the push over the back on Pig. But they were all, you had about 3 people going up for the board there.
There's about 6 jerseys that went in the air for that one.
It could have been an easy foul there, but it just goes back to Weston Pig, who does so many small things for this Summertown team. The solid block out, puts the body, keeps the ball in play for Burleson to pick up. If you're Summertown, you've got to be ready here. A 2-point, if with a missed free throw, a 2-pointer beats you. 3.7 is enough to get it down the floor. I'm curious if Loretto has a timeout left, AJ. Do we know that?
No, only Summertown's got 1 left.
Okay, that definitely hurts Loretto here. On a missed free throw, you've got to know what's going to happen. And you cannot foul if you're Summertown.
Kurt Burleson at the line. He's got 4 points on the night. The Eagles are 10 of 15. First shot. Off the back iron, no. Rebound, Eric to Robertson. Shot at the buzzer. Off the backboard, no. And Summertown comes away with a 51-50 win. What an exciting matchup between these two. They went down to the wire at the barn just a couple weeks ago, and tonight this one comes into Summertown's hands. Adam, what an exciting fourth quarter. Summertown outscored Loretto 23-20 there in the fourth to pick up that 1-point win.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by Summertown tonight. You know, I think at Loretto, I know Coach Long, I was watching the show y'all have at Jaime's. I was watching that this week, and he mentioned how he felt like one got away there. They had the lead late. But down the stretch, Loretto did the things they needed to do to pull that out. Tonight, Summertown reversed that. They did the things the right way. The block out down here, they shot free throws pretty well. Grayson Burleson down the stretch was huge, attacking the basket. His shot selection was better in the second half. The defense for Summertown, I just can't. You can't compliment Loretto too, but Summertown winning the basketball game. The job they did. This is the 2 really good teams. These teams are so evenly matched. I mean, you could probably play 50 games, and it might be 25-25.
True,
I mean, there's going to be some fun games, I think, later down the road, probably in district play, that if these 2 teams see each other. I believe in district play, AJ, if they see each other, the final score might be 18-19. I mean, with these 2 quality coaches and the adjustments they'll make. But Lawrence County's got 4 really good basketball teams that played basketball in this gymnasium tonight for sure.
Final stats, Grayson Burleson led all scorers with 14. Cole Campbell had 13 on the other side for Loretto. Jackson Robertson, Mason Tidwell each with 14, and Corbin Reynolds with 13. Loretto drops to 15-8 overall, 3-2 within the district. Summertown improves to 11-12 overall, 3-2 in the district as well. For Adam Lindsay and our producer extraordinaire, Will Pettis, I'm AJ Good here on the X Sports Network. Have a great evening and a great weekend.
Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball,